All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis coach and your personal guide. And today is one of those really special days. At the time of this recording, we are on Thursday. Thursday is the day when we record our eye hypnosis coaching journeys. These are some truly remarkable stories of remarkable people. And I'm really looking forward to, along with you, discovering someone who is a really amazing person to share her story and how she does what she does today, and more importantly the journey that she's been on to not only get here but to also share with us her vision of the future. So, having said that, this is of course your cue, Suman. Suman is someone who is in our new season of programming. Someone I haven't met yet, and on purpose, I do not do too much of research. The intention being that I get to discover Suman's story, just as you are as you're watching this along with me. And I'm sure there are lots of what was that old expression way back in the day, thrills, chills, spills, and so much more, as you start to travel along with Suman and discover how she discovered her true gift and all the things that she's doing today. There is always a story that leads to it, and then of course there's a story that unfolds after. So um, welcome, Suman. Thank you for being on our show, the iHypnosis Coaching Journeys, and so
Thank
good to
you
have you
so
here.
much. And it's my honor to be with you on the show. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, as I said, we will, let's start at the very beginning. So, Suman, for people who are tuning in right now, who may be watching you live, or maybe they're watching you later as a, as a recording on our podcast, um, what like if you had to say, okay, this is what I do today, could you tell us what is it that you do today?
So, I help people reach their financial goals,
Mm-hmm,
and money being a very important part of
mm-hmm.
everybody's life. I help people to manage their money and also to a certain level manifest it.
Mm. Oh, that's interesting. So these are two words we will definitely be, I'm sure, as the expression goes, double clicking on, right? The managing and the manifesting, right? So that's a really
Yes,
powerful frame, and we will definitely explore more about it, and more stories that give it life. Correct. So
sure.
um, if you were to say, okay, when we talk about manifesting and managing, like a lot of people understand what managing money means. Whether we do it or not is a second, is a different story altogether. But we have an
Yeah,
idea of what it means to manage our money, right? We've been
right.
taught or mistaught, but either ways we've been taught since our youngest recollections of money, all about money management, right? So
Right.
manifesting money, again, depending on when you grew up and where you grew up, it would either be a
Yes.
very unknown thing, or depending on your environment, your background, maybe you would have been taught how to manifest money. So
Absolutely.
I'd love for you to share a little bit about you know how you actually, in fact, let me rephrase that. I'd love for you to take us back in time to that journey that brought you here, because today you say it so easily, so effortlessly, about managing and manifesting money. But what's the story that led you here?
So, just to give you an idea, like where
Mm-hmm,
I'm coming from,
mm-hmm,
I was a person who used to get scared,
mm,
anxious, even while
mm,
entering a bank when I used to go with my
mm.
mom or dad.
Wow. Wow.
I used to feel, it was a scary place for me, and I got scared while going to a
Mm.
bank.
Wow.
So from there to here, of course, it's a very big journey.
Right.
And I'm from a commerce background. My
Mm.
dad, uh, when he came to Mumbai, he came empty-handed after his
Mm.
marriage. So he had zero money, and today he's a renowned builder in Mumbai.
Wow.
And being a commerce background, even I
Mm.
chose, or it's always in the family, doctors family kids go into science
Mm.
and medicine, lawyers family kids go into
Mm.
law,
Mm.
commerce family I went into commerce.
Right.
And in those days, like I'm
Mm.
talking about in 90s, back then there were only three major options once you pass out 10th:
Mm.
arts, commerce, and
Mm.
science. Science was meant
True.
for studious people, and
Mm.
arts was meant for average people. I somewhere thought that I was in between, not
Mm.
average, not very studious also. And being
Right.
commerce background, chose
Mm.
commerce as my elder
Mm.
brothers. Both my elder
Mm.
brothers have also done commerce. So me
Mm.
also commerce. And of course accounting,
Nice.
and it started all there, like the
Mm.
base of finance. So started
Right.
there. But I
Mm.
never knew
Mm.
that I would ever become a financial advisor.
Wow.
And so after completing my
Mm-hmm.
graduation,
Mm-hmm.
my brother had done chartered accountant, and I thought, "Okay, chalo,
Mm.
let's follow his path." I also
Mm.
thought of doing chartered accountant, but
Mm.
I come from a strict North Indian Orthodox family.
Mm.
Uh, and I wouldn't say Orthodox, but yeah, like where, and in those days, higher education was not given that much of importance, to be frank.
Mm.
And marriages would happen at an early age of 21 and 22.
Right.
So then I dropped off the idea, like we sat together as a family, and then I dropped
Mm.
off the idea of become doing a CA.
Mm.
I thought of doing MCOM because CA was 4 years, MCOM was just 2 years. My
Mm.
father has also done MCOM, so just thought of
Right.
pursuing that, my father's footsteps. And then
Mm.
soon after that, I got married. I fell
Mm.
in love while I
Mm.
was in college, which
Mm.
was totally against my family. So,
Right.
by God's grace, my parents agreed for the marriage.
Mm.
And yeah, and it's only after my marriage I took my career seriously. I
Mm.
never thought that I would be working because in my side, uh, women don't work.
Mm.
We are generally uh, we generally manage the kitchen, the house, the kids, the
Right.
husband, and a normal set Indo family,
Got it.
Indian family, I would say.
Right.
So never thought that I would ever have a career, to be frank.
Mm.
And somehow after marriage, then I so in every marriage there are certain ups and downs and ups and downs. It's never a smooth pathway for anybody, be it love marriage,
Mm.
arranged marriage, or anything. And while there were downs, that time I realized that no, I need to be financially be independent,
Mm.
and I also should be earning money. So, which is where I
Right.
took my uh, career seriously, and I started
Mm.
off with only
Mm.
insurance back in 2003.
Mm.
So that was the start of my financial journey.
Mm.
And then after that, earlier it was only insurance, pure life insurance.
Mm.
And then slowly and steadily, like, I built up a basket where all the products are available, be it mutual fund, be it bonds, be it health insurance,
Mm.
like all multiple investment instruments.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's been in short, a nutshell. That's been my journey with regards
Right.
to my career.
So that's, I'm guessing, that's beautiful the way you framed it, by the way. I don't know if you realized the way you framed it just now. You talked about that's the money management side of your journey,
Yes.
right? And then there's
Yeah.
a very, very important part that I'm guessing just kind of came together, which was the manifesting side. Am I right?
Yeah.
So do walk us through that. Like, what was that like? Like, what was life before that, right? Because even these words, manifesting, unless you have been trained in it, unless you have had teachers and mentors who speak that language, right?
Correct.
Otherwise,
Right.
this is a phrase that most people are completely unaware of.
Absolutely.
So, what was
I
that journey
totally
like?
agree.
Walk us, like, take us along with you. What was that journey of even this word coming into your vocabulary, and then I'm guessing over a period of time you kind of became it, right?
Yeah. So, as I told you, my father came with zero money to Mumbai,
Hmm.
and we actually used to stay in a chawl system in one room.
Wow. Oh wow.
Mumbai, you know how it is. And I've seen my dad doing three jobs a day
Wow.
and working very hard. He used to go early, come late. Of course, my mom used to
Hmm.
grip, and they had their own set of arguments,
Sure.
which like I've been brought up in that, like seeing my dad always wanting my dad's time,
Hmm.
my mom wanting my dad's time.
Hmm.
So yeah, but somehow today he's a builder. So I've seen his journey, and I we he's a very spiritual person. He goes to
Hmm.
temple every day. He will fast. He will do all the kind of pujas and japs, and even in this
Hmm.
Shraddh, these 15 days, he
Hmm.
he is a true believer in all of this.
Right.
So, and the main thing that he is my role model, and
Hmm.
I've seen him, like from there he's come to here, and he believes in superpower. So do I. It's
Hmm.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
you pass it to the next generation.
Yeah.
So somehow even I have born and brought up with that belief that if you work
Hmm.
hard and you are
Hmm.
totally focused and you're truly committed to your goals,
Hmm.
no one can stop you from achieving
Right.
it.
Right.
And so basically, I've in my childhood, I've seen that we compromising on things
Hmm.
for our day-to-day living, to
Hmm.
lavishly living in a 4
Yeah.
5 BHK
Right.
house at
Right.
a posh area at Kemp's Corner.
Right. That too in Bombay, right? I mean, the contrast can't be more stark, right?
Yeah, from
I'm literally
shawl
getting
to,
goosebumps as I'm saying this to you.
yeah. So money was never a
Hmm.
problem till I got married, like
Hmm.
in my college days or whatever
Hmm.
you say.
Hmm.
But things changed after my marriage,
Right.
and yeah, there were certain compromises and sacrifices that I had to make,
Hmm.
and I'll share one
Of
deepest
course.
of truth. I
Please.
don't think my parents would also know that. I don't know if I should share it over here. It's again
It's
with
beautiful.
regards to money.
Yeah.
So, to be really frank with you, and I
Hmm.
share this even with my students,
Hmm.
I used to, in Mumbai, there is BST buses and all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, there, there was a time when, and the tickets were very cheap at that time. I'm talking about
Right.
1990s and early
Yeah. Yeah.
2000,
Yeah.
maybe 3 rupees, 5 rupees or so.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
to save 1 rupee, I used to walk one bus stop.
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
And my
Wow.
husband was doing his CA, and
Hmm.
you know how difficult
Can
CA
I
is.
just pause you here for 1 second, if I may?
Yeah, sure.
Right? Tell me what's happening. What are you feeling inside right now, Suman?
Uh, yeah, back then it was a difficult time.
Right?
We both were facing, like my husband also, me also.
Yeah.
He was not clearing CA. CA is a very difficult
Yeah.
exam to pass.
Yeah.
So those times were really difficult, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there
Yeah.
are certain, what do you say, not so good experiences.
Hmm.
And that time I did not, at that time I did feel a little, what do you say? I'm not getting the word.
Mm.
I did feel that what, where am I going? Like where life is
Mm.
going? What's
Yeah.
happening? This is
Yeah.
not what
Yeah.
we wanted.
Yeah.
Both of us. This is not what
Mm.
we had expected and we wanted. But yeah, we sailed through. I totally supported him giving his
Yeah.
exams, and fortunately, he did pass.
Mm.
And you know, Big Fours, like
Nice.
he's a chartered
Nice.
accountant, KPMG,
Nice.
PwC,
Yeah.
and Y.
Yeah. Nice.
Anderson. At that time, it was Arthur Anderson.
Right?
So, so yes, we got a breakthrough, and he did
Nice.
clear his CA. He got
Mm.
promotion, and then things changed.
Mm. Mm.
So
Amazing.
yeah, the journey was not so easy, I would say,
Yeah.
but yes, we could sail through.
Amazing. That's beautiful. And thank you so much for really living your story right now. Right? I mean, that truly is the power of our journeys.
Yeah,
Right? When we share it like this, we don't even know consciously the impact of this ripple out into the universe.
yeah,
Right? But right
yeah.
now, in this moment, somebody has shared it here and said, if someone could do it and get to this point, I know I will.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I could
Yeah.
inspire someone and
Yes.
never lose hope. That is one thing, you know, never
Yeah.
lose hope. Yeah, I mean, everyone's life, I believe, is divinely guided,
Mm.
and things will come to you at the right time.
Yeah. And when I got this little whisper, when you kind of giggled to yourself for a second and you said, no, even my parents don't know this. It's like that was the brewing of the story, right, of your journey, and that somebody else can also smile and
Yeah.
say, yeah, if my parents knew, or if a significant other knew, I don't know, maybe there would be shame or guilt, or like these are the feelings that we tend to hold on to until we let it go. And when
Yeah.
you
In fact, even
somehow
my husband doesn't know till
Mhm.
date that I've done that. So, yeah,
That's
it's a
beautiful.
hidden secret which I'm
Yes,
now openly sharing.
as they say, it's an open secret now, right? It's like the universe knows and the universe thanks you, right? That's really really beautiful. It's amazing. I had a sense even before we began today's call, and I know we talked about it when we had our little prep call. I think it was last week. Um, and I said, there's something really powerful when we talk about energies and people, you know, people aligning and people meeting at the right time.
Yeah,
And I'm not surprised that you tapped into this, because this is what makes our stories, our journeys, a reminder to other people. You know, I won't even say don't lose hope. This is like, you got this,
yes,
right? And we just show up. That's it.
yes,
Like
yeah,
they say na, some people say, कोचिंग में क्या करना है आपको, तो बस पहुंचना है वहां पे, you just speak. But this is the secret behind it.
yeah,
It's the pain, it's the suffering that we have carried, until we finally realize the true meaning, the true message of it.
Yes,
And when we let it go, it's now somebody else's reminder that even they will someday be able to tell their story.
of course, 100%.
That's so beautiful. That was nice. So you can, uh, that's why I kind of sense I wanted to take your permission to pause the story. It's like, in these movies where the movie's playing and then suddenly there'll be like there's a pause as if the edit has been paused, and then there's a second narrative that starts, and then we get back to the story. So back to you
Yeah.
and your story, Suman, and your
Can I
journey.
grab some water, please?
Please, please, absolutely. We like I was sharing with you, this is, I don't know about other stories or other podcasts and other formats, but here I truly believe that there's so much that we bring every day, and we only realize it when it's moments like this, when we
Yeah.
get to connect, right? Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
Whew, yeah, I
yeah,
went, I
that's
went
it,
into flashback.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so crazy. It's like when we, like, in this moment, there's no rush. We're just here,
yeah,
right? We're just here hanging out. And it's like you're just letting that out. And, right?
yeah.
And you won't believe this, woman. I had this vision a year ago of this podcast, right? That I believe in creating podcasts that are like this,
Okay.
right? They're real, they're totally unscripted. Sure, we have, like, let's call them, you know, I wouldn't even call them milestones. So it's like at least you know where we are. So it's like, present, past, present, and future. But beyond
Yeah,
that, we don't know who's showing up today,
correct.
right? And we get to share us with other people and bring a smile to their face, give them an opportunity to just breathe and go, yeah, you know what? She gets me. She knows what I'm going through right now,
Yeah.
right? Nice. Yeah. At your own pace.
Deep breathing.
Mm, right?
I think your screen is stuck.
No, no, it might be just a little bit of the back end. It will pick up, so no worries.
Okay,
The thing with
okay.
the streaming is that's the flip side. It can sometimes look like it's stuck, but the recording will be happening like as if it's being recorded on a video. So not to
Okay,
worry.
all right.
Nice. So uh, so from where you pause, wherever you remember it, um, and here's the beautiful part, right? Because it's completely unscripted. You could talk about whatever you like, what you've now therefore kind of seen from the journey then to the journey now, which was manifesting,
Hmm.
or you can take it wherever you want, right? That's the beauty of these conversations. It's your journey, right? So you
Okay,
can go in a synchronous way, which is like, okay, I was then this happened, and then this happened, and then finally I'm in the present, or you can go
okay,
someplace else. Doesn't matter.
all right. Open ground
Yeah, that's right.
to walk on.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, so then things were better. And, we
Mm.
had decided that we will have a child only after he clears CA.
Wow.
And soon, like after he cleared CA, I
Mm.
conceived, and I've got two daughters now.
Sweet.
And yeah, the life has been beautiful.
Mm.
Of course, as I said, there are ups and downs and
Of
ups and
course, of
downs.
course, of course. Nice.
So, yeah, till I would say, mm, so I got my first daughter in 2004,
Mm.
and my younger daughter in 2010. There's a huge
Mm.
difference of 5, 6 years
Mm.
where we were
Mm.
still deciding to have another child because these
Right.
days
Of course.
people just want to have one child, and I always felt that no, two should,
Right.
after we are gone,
Right.
the child will have someone of
Mm.
her or his own blood, because
Mm.
cousins are cousins.
Mm.
Today I would say
Mm.
even the real brother and sisters, even if they want to, they cannot give time.
True. Very true. Very
But
true.
who, like, a real blood would save or protect or be there for you. Some
Mm.
cousin would not do it.
Mm.
And and there's also one another side of
Mm.
this, me wanting another child, because see,
Right.
if you have one single child, he's always going to cling on to you.
Mm.
So if you have another child, they then, you know play together,
Correct.
go out together, they
Correct.
have company in their home, they need
Correct.
not be dependent on other friends.
Mm. Mm.
So then finally my husband succumbed to my wish, and we had another daughter.
Mm.
And by God's grace, I'm lucky I have two daughters.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it was a tough journey then also, but then
Right.
my husband agreed, and we
Mm.
decided to have another child.
Mm.
And yeah, things change. You say that uh, daughters are lucky, and both my daughters were lucky.
Mm.
When my first daughter was born, my husband became a manager, and
Mm.
when my second daughter was born, he became a partner
Nice.
in KPMG.
Amazing. Amazing.
And being a partner in KPMG is like,
Mm.
so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, both daughters are very, uh, like, they are my lifeline.
Yeah. Yeah. It shows just as you're channeling them right now. Um, it literally shows on your face.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so then like in 2010, I got my younger daughter, and yeah, the life is very smooth and going good.
Mm.
And then suddenly COVID happened,
Mm.
and which is where I felt
Mm.
that uh, things were, like, of course, initial period everyone enjoyed, we did loads of
Mm.
cooking and
Mm.
loads of family time.
Right.
But you can say that I actually got serious about
Mm.
my um, career
Mm.
during COVID,
Nice.
because I saw that COVID was a what do you say, a boon to some people, and to
Mm.
some people it was bane. So for me, it
True.
has been boon,
Mm.
because I kept enrolling in online courses and upgrading my
Yep.
knowledge,
Mm.
and where people were struggling to manage their ends meet. They were taking loans on LIC policies. Like
Correct.
I had my clients taking
Mm.
loan on that
Mm.
policy,
Mm.
and having difficulty. I saw my bank account being credited. Passive income source, which is say
Mm.
that
Mm-hmm.
even when there were so at that time the business had totally gone because people didn't have money
Correct.
to buy insurance or
Mm.
invest in mutual funds.
Mm.
But yet I, by God's grace, my account was being credited, which is where I realized that. And to be frank, my husband was doing
Mm.
very well. He was a
Mm.
partner in KPMG, and my
Mm.
dad being a builder, like
Yeah.
it was a luxurious life, and
Correct.
I never thought that I need to actually take my career so seriously. So
Mm.
then in COVID, I decided that if I'm not so serious about my career, I'm getting so much of money.
Right. That's a nice one. Suddenly there was a ting or a ping.
So what if I get
Nice.
serious?
Right.
I could mint.
Right. That's right.
So which is
Nice.
where again then, of course, in finance you need to be
Mm.
upgrading your knowledge. Things keep changing, rules
Correct.
keeps changing,
Correct.
economy keeps changing.
True. True.
And with insurance, to be frank, there is very
Mm-hmm.
little. So it's very limited knowledge and limited source of income, which is
Mm.
where then I increased my knowledge. I gave exam, I took licenses, I upgraded my
Mm.
knowledge, and which is where now I have so many multiple instruments, you can say.
Mm.
And then along that journey in 2020, coming back to 2020, I did multiple courses, and like I
Mm.
people started calling me uh, a mad person, that I've gone mad, I've gone out of my head. Because I also did like international coaches
Yeah.
courses, and which used
Yeah.
to be US timings.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, everyone
Mm-hmm.
knows Tony Robbins. I did his
Mm.
course, which was like
Mm.
US timing, Pacific
Correct.
time.
Yeah.
So I've stayed up all night long. So not only
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, various other
Yeah.
coaches like in Ken
Yeah.
Honda from Japan.
Yeah.
He is the
Yeah.
money coach. Then
Right. Nice.
couple of other coaches who are from UK. So
Mm.
I used to be sitting up late
Mm.
overnights,
Nice. So
watching
let me
and
pause you
attending.
here because we have actually the podcast is now our in our journey. We have now reached a point where we've stepped on a lane or a. It sounds more like a autobahn, right? It's like a super fast highway. So before we kind of like travel at 250 miles per hour. Before we do that, I just want to pause because, and again, this is in service of people who are listening.
Okay.
Was there like, and yeah, just to put this into context, our audio and video will be fine for the long term. In the short run, there is some sort of a technical thing. So
Okay.
as
Okay.
long as you're able to hear me, it's fine. The video will anyway be fine. So when you finally get the file to upload and when I upload the video, it'll all be fine, right? So I'm just saying this because it can be a little unsettling. Even when I'm looking
Yeah.
at you, sometimes the whole screen is like in the 1980s when you had that, or let's say you'll remember this, right? When the personal computer came and we tried to watch movies, it would be like
Yeah.
one frame. The Shah Rukh Khan would be
Correct.
doing this, and then that hand would be stuck like that for the next 5 minutes, right? So so
Absolutely.
I can promise you that the final video will be fine. So uh, these are things that it's all new technology like this. Imagine we're doing this into different from two different parts of the country, and
Yeah.
eventually when it's available for people to watch for 6 months later, a year later, 5 years later, it'll be pristine, right? That's how amazing
Yes.
and how blessed, how we've manifested this. So The reason why I paused you was because there's a lot of value that you're about to share with us. Okay.
Correct.
For you, it's kind of part of you. So a lot of times
Yeah.
we don't, it's sort of become second nature, or in fact, in a big way, it's become second nature. So it's just kind of like, ha, ye hua tha, fir ye hua tha. But people will be like, wait, one sec. Can you say that again? Say it slowly so I can really like, savor every word that someone that you're saying. So what I want you to
Okay.
share, if you may, is what was that shift? What was that click that happened where you were like, no, I am going to invest, not as in, okay, you said it beautifully, where it was like, I was not really doing any effort, but money was coming in, and then something clicked and you said, okay, if I take it really seriously, then I'll mint. But there was something that happened after that, because in order to, as an adult, say I'm going to learn, right? And literally an ICICIdirect.com notification popped up. I mean, what are the odds of that? Seriously, okay? So talk about manifesting. But here's the thing. Something happened, some shift happened in your life. And I'm sure it was around COVID, because for a lot of us, a lot of people in the coaching space have had this similar journey, right? But the
Correct.
trajectory has been different for different people, right? And a lot of it is
Yeah.
about vibration. A lot of it is about heeding that call, like listening to that call. Oof, goosebumps.
Yeah.
There's something that happened in your life at that point. That's the sense I'm getting, that made you say, no, I'm going to really learn, like really learn, even if that means missing maybe somebody's shadi, or not being on some family Zoom, and instead being on a webinar from like 6 in the evening to 4 in the morning, right? We are kindred spirits. So I even today there are some programs that I attend which is US timing, right? So I
Correct.
get what you're saying. But I feel that people who are listening to this from you will really get something out of this. So could you like
Yeah.
walk us through that? Like, what was that? Something happened there.
Yeah, so basically, this is what I faced in 2020 and 21.
Mm,
So earlier, like, I was always available for everybody. Like, I have my
correct.
kitty group, I have my
Right.
big family. There are many relations, cousins and all. It's a huge
Right.
family.
Right.
And of course, my society friends. And, in COVID, those groups had become like, you go down, you
Correct.
meet.
Correct.
And suddenly, I came across an ad, you can say, or a
Mm,
post
mm,
of Pooja Puneet.
mm.
And I was not knowing Pooja Puneet. And
Right.
I was not, and this post was in a Facebook group. And I was
Right.
not even a part of that Facebook group.
Wow.
One
Amazing.
of my friend was there and she just told me, "Okay, I'm just adding you." I said, "Okay, add."
Wow.
Anyways, we all were on social media at that
Right.
time.
Right. This is what,
So
22 or 21 or 22?
2020.
Oh, this was okay. Wow. That's amazing. Do carry on. uh,
Then I saw her ad and I attended her workshop
mm,
where I felt that yes, now since people are not in, like, not actively buying insurance or mutual fund,
correct. Correct.
coaching could be something which could work out for me.
Mm,
And by God's grace, I think I have that uh, businessman blood
mm.
in me, which always thinks of extra source of income. If not
mm.
not this. Because my dad, as I said, he's not only just builder, but he also had a
Correct.
car rental business. Then he had a courier
Nice.
service, then
Nice.
mineral water, and then
Right.
exports, exports
Right.
of
Wow. Nice.
vegetables, exports of
Nice.
leather jackets and all.
Wow.
So
Right.
I've been born, brought up in
Rag
that
rag mein.
atmosphere. रग रग में बिजनेस भरा है. So I feel I'm not meant for jobs.
mm.
I I can't and be, I don't know, like, we are Kshatriya Rajputs.
Mm.
So I actually can't work on someone else's terms and conditions.
Right.
So yeah, then I thought, okay, of course, why not coaching? Like, you have to sit at home, just record the courses or
Mm.
Zoom. I trust me, I didn't know how to operate Zoom.
Mm.
I
Wow.
like I didn't know how to operate printer. I didn't know
Right.
that if I buy a new phone, how to transfer all that. My husband used to look
Wow.
after, or the person from Chroma, or some place where you're buying
Mm. Mm.
phone. So you can say I was technology illiterate. Like operating Zoom was a task for me.
Wow.
And now I will say thanks to
Mm.
another mentor, Siddharth Rajshekhar,
Mm.
that
Mm.
I use tools like this.
Right.
So this was also not easy. I
Mm.
mean, for a person who doesn't know how to use Zoom, to
Correct.
using multiple tools together and
Mm.
integration and automation, it's been
Mm.
again a long journey. So yeah,
Mm.
coming back to 2020 in Pooja Puneet's workshop,
Mm.
I enrolled for her coaching thing, and I learned a
Correct.
few things.
Yeah.
And when your email ID goes to Success Gan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then, we keep getting emailers of this thing happening, that
Yeah.
thing happening. And there was this
Mm.
summit where they
Mm.
have three, four coaches in
Correct.
a day
Mm.
and trying to teach you something and trying to
Correct.
show a bigger vision.
Correct.
And I don't know what happened to me that day.
Mm.
I enrolled for everybody's.
For everybody's.
Uh,
I love it.
I enrolled for Dr. Meghna Dikshit. I enrolled
Right.
for Siddharth. No, Siddharth. I took time to
Okay.
because it was digital and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
gadgets and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
tools. So I was scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, this is meant only for technical people. It's
Correct.
not meant for people like me.
Yeah.
So it took
Nice.
me time to join him,
Yeah.
but yes, I did multiple courses of all the
Nice.
coaches who are
Mm.
there in Success Gan, and
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
glad,
Mm.
I'm grateful,
Right.
and I'm blessed that Success Gan happened to me
Yeah. Yeah. That's really
because
beautiful.
yeah, had I not been there, or
Mm.
maybe had I not attended that Pooja Puneet's workshop,
Mm.
I would not know that success can exists like
Yeah.
many other people in India.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And this is where this is that is where the my journey of learning started,
Mm. Mm.
and not only learning about coaching but about healing
Mm.
and money, of course. I did
Mm.
and personal growth where I enrolled for Tony
Mm.
Robbins. And I so basically, again, why this
Mm.
happened also has a reason.
Mm.
Uh, so ups and downs
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah. I can
So
feel it
there was
coming.
a difficult situation which I
Mm.
was going through with in a married life,
Mm.
and which I wouldn't want to disclose here.
Yeah.
But
That's
yes, which
it's
is
okay.
where I thought that
Mm.
life is much more than just a
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
Which is where this again was the reason that I took my career seriously, that I didn't
Mm.
want to be just a housewife, I didn't want to be just a mother, just didn't
Yeah.
want to be a lady who cooks in the kitchen.
Mm.
I wanted something more.
Mm.
And yeah, that is why I thought of changing the tables
Mm.
180 degree or 360-degree. I generally say 180 degree because
Yeah.
360 would come back there.
Back. Yep.
So yeah, I had put my foot down that
Mm.
whatever Suman, the public or anybody,
Mm.
family, friends who were seeing
Mm.
today,
Mm.
you will find another Suman in maybe 6 months, year, two
Yeah,
years. I didn't want to be the same person, to be
that's
frank,
right. Yeah.
which is where I took all of these courses and I had a massive, massive transformation
Mm. Nice.
because I implemented
Yeah.
whatever I was
Yeah.
taught and
Yeah.
whatever mentors told me. And yeah, which is why where I am where I am.
Yeah.
So I did multiple courses. I also did TIHA because that time MMI was not here in Mumbai, it was online,
Oh,
which was again the
right.
Singapore time. So, which again I was. So I've done the courses of Japan time, UK time, US
Wow.
time, Singapore time.
Wow. Amazing. You're a true warrior. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Many people call me that. Trust
It's
me.
like one aho.
Somehow,
Mm.
like my friends call me a warrior because they've
Mm.
seen my struggle in my personal
Yeah.
space.
Mm-hmm.
But even new people like you, and there's so many, they just call me warrior.
Yep. You live it.
Yeah,
And
and you
might I
won't
say
believe.
something here? What makes it
Sure.
stand out and what makes you stand out is just as much as you have like a welcoming smile, you also have this strength. That's warrior,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
right?
And you won't believe I in Siddharth Rajshekhar, I'm in Warrior Hive.
I'm not surprised we're having this conversation right now. Just for
So
context, if I may,
yeah.
just for context, can you guess which hive till like I was there till last year and then I took a break for like the last 18 months. But while I was there, can you guess which hive I was in?
Warrior.
Transformers.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So where were we?
Right here.
So yeah,
So you're
yeah.
talking
I
about you being the
invested
warrior.
all. Oh yes, yeah,
Mm.
warrior.
Yeah.
And trust me, if you are a person who, of course, there is anxiety, there is
Mm.
this fear,
Mm-hmm.
but despite that, if you
Mm.
learn to take action,
Mm.
no one can snatch success from you.
True. Very true.
Oh, I was scared, I was fearful, I
Mm.
was not sure,
Mm.
I had whatever those confusing
Mm.
emotions you can name it. I did have all of those, but despite that, I kept taking action, I kept enrolling, I kept attending, I
Mm.
kept uh, staying awake the whole night.
Yeah.
And yes, because I knew that I wanted another song. I was very clear.
Mm.
So yes, which is where I kept and I also appeared for few exams for
Mm.
licenses.
Nice.
And yeah, that's how uh, after 21 or 22, where most of my
Mm.
learnings, I'm a
Mm.
lifelong learner. Now
Yep.
that I've stopped learning now,
Mm.
I still am learning, and I think learning is a lifetime
Mm.
process.
True.
It's never going to end.
Mm.
If you want to upgrade yourself,
Exactly.
if you don't want to,
Exactly.
then definitely there's a full stop. But
True.
yes, if you want something from yourself, and I
Mm.
expect things only from myself, not from anyone else.
Yep. Yep. Very true.
So yeah, if that is a vision for yourself, then you should keep
Mm.
learning.
Mm.
Age is no bad.
Mm.
So yes, the where 2020, most of my 20 two most of my learnings was completed, and when
Mm.
in 23 then I stepped out as a coach.
Mm.
In 23 I started my coaching journey, which is like last year.
Mm. Nice.
And
Amazing.
I place
Amazing.
myself as a money magnet coach. So I don't use the word
Mm.
manifestation because then many
Mm-hmm.
people
Correct.
get confused
Yeah.
that I'm going to teach some manifestation
Correct.
technique or some
Correct.
mantra or something.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
I yeah. So
No.
I place myself as money magnet coach
Nice.
because I believe rather than chasing money, transform
Mm.
yourself so much
Correct.
that money starts coming into your life from expected, unexpected sources.
Yeah.
And yes, and this is what I have actually uh, felt for myself,
Mm. Mm.
where in 2020, there was a phase, yes, of course, there was a little money crunch, but still the money kept
Mm.
getting credited to my account. There was
Mm.
another phase where, um, where I felt like, I was exhausting all my savings
Right. Right. Of
in
course.
learning. You know how expensive
Oh
these
yeah.
courses are.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I believe that if you transform yourself,
Yeah.
money will automatically come to
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Be that person
Yeah.
that money will find ways to come to you.
Mm.
I believe that.
Yeah. That's a very very powerful belief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And just for for your knowledge and for the viewers,
Mm.
I got 1 lakh rupees gift from Success Gyan.
Arey, wow. Wow. You're welcome to share what conspired to to make that a reality, because this is what makes people believe in miracles.
Yes. So, where should I start? Okay, let me put this. So, I'm a North Indian,
Mm,
and for mother tongue is Hindi. At home,
mm,
we talk in
mhm,
Hindi,
mhm,
and even though we went to a English medium school,
mm,
the our first language was Hindi. So my English was never that great. I mean,
mm,
not this great,
mm,
the way it is today.
mm.
I used to fumble, I used to struggle talking in English when I entered college.
Right.
And on a lighter note, my husband always made fun. Oh, yeah, this is,
Mm,
that typical English, which and there are those, uh, not fights, but those little happy kind of arguments between
right.
husband and wife.
Right.
And I used to feel bad, why are you making fun of my English? I'm trying hard
Mm,
and this and that.
mm,
And then, to my own surprise, to
mhm.
my own surprise, so there was this super speaker competition
Right.
organized by Success Gyan.
Right. Right.
So I participated in season one,
Mm,
where there were 40,000 participants.
mm.
Out of that, only 250 were selected.
Right.
So I was among
Wow.
those 250
Amazing.
candidates.
Amazing.
So I got a free course.
Nice.
So again, there was a learning there.
Yeah.
And then last year there was Super Speaker
Mm,
season 3,
mm, mm,
where I thought, कि, in first season I made it till 250.
mm,
Second Super Speaker season I said, कि, no, I've already not made it
mm,
to Super 100. I'm not going
mm,
to win it anyways. So why
mm.
participate?
Right.
Then third season I thought, on the very last day,
Mm.
I
Wow.
while I was scrolling Instagram,
Right.
I saw someone
Right.
must have posted for
Mm,
Super Speaker. I said,
mm,
so Super Speaker 3 is there. Should I participate? Should I not?
mm,
Then I said, कि चलो try कर लेते हैं.
mm.
Then I confirmed the date with one of another success camp student, and he said,
Mm.
"Yeah, there is time. There is one day left."
Mm.
I said, "Okay, let me put on the camera,
Mm.
my mobile. Let me make a video and let me send it. Let's see what happens."
Mm.
So, to my surprise, again, out of 350, there were 2,000 candidates who were selected, and I was one of those 2,000
Wow.
participants. Where again
Mm.
we got a free course. So I attract these things.
Oh yeah.
Then, so 2000 again, it was a big achievement because there were 3.5 lakhs entries across India.
Wow. Wow.
So from 3.5 to coming 2000 for a girl whose
Mm.
English was bad,
Right.
it is drastically changed now.
Mm.
So I
True.
was very happy. And then again, there were these tasks. And trust me, I don't know whoever is watching this, if you
Mm.
really want to transform and want to upgrade your skills, just become a part of Super Speaker because they'll
Mm.
give you such tasks
Yeah.
that you will have to uh, learn things and you'll have to do
Mm.
things.
Mm. Beautiful.
So I think, success can should
Make you their
thank me
ambassador.
or for promoting success gyan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Mm.
yeah, what was I saying? I got selected in 2000, and then the
Mm.
next task was from 2000 to 500.
Mm.
I said it's a tough competition. First of all, it was 3 lakh to 3.5 lakhs to 2000. Now
Mm.
2000 to 500. I gave in my best. I wrote the script
Mm.
and this, and they trust me. The task which they
Mm.
give you is
Mm.
actually digging deep inside,
Mm.
which is where there were so many things I found out about myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and again, to my surprise, I was selected in Super 500.
Nice. Nice.
And again, I got a free course. And then again, there were tasks, and we had to make videos and submit.
Mm.
There were some videos which we had to uh, post it on social media, and there were some
Mm.
videos which we had to send it to them because they were actually
Mm.
the very true
Mm.
stories which
Mm.
people would not be comfortable sharing on social
Correct.
platforms, which is I really appreciate them for
Mm.
keeping this as a
Mm.
private thing.
Correct.
And again, to my surprise, I was selected in Super 100.
Arre wow. Amazing.
Which is where I got 1 lakh rupees, uh,
Nice.
uh, what do you say, scholarship
Mm.
from Success Gyan as
Mm.
a prize or as a gift for being
Mm.
one of the top 100
Mm-hmm.
speakers in India.
Nice. Nice. Amazing.
So this is also a journey, a girl
Mm.
with uh, not
Yeah.
so good English,
Yeah.
fumbling and getting scared, getting anxious. I
Right.
couldn't speak two statements in front of five people.
Wow. Wow.
From there to Super 100, like top
Yeah.
speakers of India, is like a big achievement for me.
That's right. Literally from lakhs of people to stand out, stand strong, and be noticed, right?
Yes.
Considering
Yes.
where your roots were or where they
Yeah.
came from, right? That's
Yes.
really, really powerful. Amazing.
And trust me, I was like, I was not having that hope. I mean, I we do say that you should have hope, but I was okay, okay, fine, 100. One of my friend called me and told me that you've been selected in Super 100.
Nice.
So I was like on top of the world. For
Mm.
me,
Beautiful.
it was like, my husband used to always say, "Ki your English is, not that great, and he used to always
Mm,
pinpoint some grammatical
mm,
mistakes.
mm.
And becoming a super 100 was like, I see, you know how that husband and wife
Yeah,
relation
yeah,
is
yeah.
there.
Of course, of course.
So yeah, yeah, I'm super happy that I'm in super 100.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that again,
Mm,
I 1 lakh course, 1 lakh worth of
mm.
scholarship is not a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I believe that you transform yourself so much
Mm,
that money automatically finds you.
correct.
And of course, you have to take effort, you have to
Mm.
take
You have to show
actions.
up, isn't it? You have to
Yes,
show up, you'll be there, keep coming back. That's
yes,
when the kainat phrase actually plays,
yes,
right? Shiddat and
yes,
kainat, they both go
yeah,
together.
yeah,
Mm, beautiful. Wow. So for people who have, not only stuck around and heard your story, where initially when we started talking about both money management and manifesting, now it makes it's sort of like it's a no brainer, isn't it? Like why you've had these experiences and why you do what you do,
yes,
right? And where you literally are living it. It's not something that you read somewhere or did a course. I mean, courses are important, no
yeah,
two ways about that. But you've imbibed that and you've literally like made that part of who you are. That's what makes the
yes,
difference, right?
yes, yes.
Amazing, amazing.
And if I may share,
Mm-hmm.
like my students also are
Mm,
transforming themselves and becoming money magnet. One
nice.
of my student got 2
Mm-hmm.
lakhs rupees as a gift.
Wow, wow.
So yeah, you can become money magnet.
Mm, yeah, beautiful. So, two questions here, of course, right? Suman, two questions.
Yeah,
Um, One is, as you said, you've not approached this, as you said, when you talk about manifesting, a lot of times in this space of, let's say, coaching,
yeah,
there is a understanding that probably you're teaching people processes, right? Whether it's mantras, whether it is law of attraction, or there are various sort of um variations and schools of that same basic principle, right?
yes,
What is it that you teach which is money magnet, that makes that shift for people? Like what? Yeah, there, I think I already got my answer, but I'd love to hear you articulate it. Immediately you were like, ah, he knows exactly what I'm about. But I'd love for you to share that, like, what's that's money magnet, because there are so many types. One thing I have come to realize personally also, having done this for literally 2 decades, where the first decade and a half, this universe didn't exist the way we see it today, right? The
yeah,
coaching, healing, that universe did not exist in the sort
absolutely,
of techno physical world, if we can call it that, right? Like I've
right,
been at the FPR the last 2 days, so that's again a manifestation of what it looks like in reality, like 700 people, like flowing for 2 days,
wow,
right? Flowing
yeah,
inside, flowing outside, like tears and breakthroughs and all of that. But there's something about the way you said it that I believe that's like a gift for people who are watching this, right? And think about it, like we are now past the 1 hour mark, which means those people who are watching you and who've been listening to you from the beginning, they already really connect to you, right?
yes,
They connect to your energy and what you're saying. And so um, when you're talking about money magnets, something made you choose that frame.
yes.
So tell us a little bit of, like, share what was that? Yeah, that.
So, yeah, the one part is you transforming yourself
Mm,
from where you are to becoming that being where money finds its way to you.
Mm.
And the second aspect is the lifestyle.
Mm.
There are so many mistakes that people do in their day to day lifestyle, especially when they are dealing with money, and
Mm.
even in their own behavior, which is where I correct them, I tell them, I make them realize people are not even
Mm.
aware. To be frank, people are not aware that where they are going wrong and why they are struggling with money.
Mm.
So, which is where, I transform their lifestyle, I
Mm.
transform their being, I transform their belief system.
Mm.
And yes, then that is where we, I, I rather would put it across like that, that I transform them into a money magnet.
Mm. Ooh, that's powerful. It to me, the sense I'm getting is it's like you literally are working on their being,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And
Yes,
all of what you've learned in different forms, it shows up for each person and for your community as a whole.
right.
So when they're in your energy and with your energy, there is that inner tapas, there's that inner burning that happens, which kind of like clears out whatever is happening inside of them. That was
Yes.
the old version of the magnet, but of everything but money. Correct?
Yes, yes,
Right?
right.
Mm. Wow.
And of course, I believe in one thing which I always say in all my workshops,
Mm.
that when you are, so people, when I ask them that what is your aspirational money, they say 1 CR, 5 CR,
Mm.
100
Mm.
CR, 5,000 CR. Then the
Mm.
next question I say that are you even capable enough that universe can entrust you that much of
Mm.
money?
Correct.
Whatever xyz amount you have at present, you have little bit of whatever xyz amount, be it 10,000,
Correct.
1 lakh, 10 lakhs, you have certain amount.
Mm.
Are you managing it properly? If not, then how the universe or the God or Jesus, whomever you believe, how is he going to interest you crores of rupees? So first make yourself capable. Give an
Yeah.
example that yes, you gave me 10 lakhs of rupees and this is what I have managed it to the fullest. And then money will
Mm.
automatically come in. The money doesn't show up in people's life because they're not capable in handling,
Correct.
which is they fail to understand. And I
Correct.
make them capable with technical things
Mm.
and proper money management. And of course, I
Yeah.
transform their lifestyle, their being.
Mm.
So, together, then you transform as a money magnet.
Wow. Powerful. Wow. So there are two things that I would definitely love for you to share, and then we'll sort of do like a free form. And this is sort of like the intuition that I had when we met last week. That it's like if we ever decided to do a telethon together, we would be able to do it because there's so much of powerful stories that you have that can be tapped and extracted and shared, right? Because there's so much of that energy that you've been literally like circulating inside of you and sharing with other people, right? So there are two parts, right? So one is, of course, the programs that you're running. But before that, because my intention, if you ask me, like, why, like, Rahul, why have you created this podcast, right? The iHypnosis coaching journeys. Why have you, like, what inspired you to do it? One is, I believe that for people who have been following you for this last hour or so of the podcast, they've already formed a bond with you, right? And this, you've also been through, like, in a way, what we call the washing machine, right? So you're at, maybe at a point in time, there you go, you know what I mean. So you're in, like, maybe two communities, or two, working with two coaches or three coaches or five coaches at a given point in time. So it literally is like your brain is a wash, right?
Yeah.
And that wash is like being in a washing machine, because physically also, like you said, you're doing different time zones, maybe you're doing different locations. So like post covid, so it's like post 22, you're attending programs, and you're working with different kinds of people, and all of that. So there's this massive shift that's happening inside, right? And so when you're now on the other side of it, which is clearly you are now showing up and offering something that is uniquely you. So my
Yes.
intent is to be able to show the world that, hey, it's not just one coach or two coaches. There's literally it's an abundance of coaches. So, like, drift towards whoever you feel that magnetic pull to, right?
Yes.
So one part we will definitely, I'd definitely love for you to share the program that you are currently running, that you want people to know, because I'm sure depending on when people watch this, maybe the program may have evolved by the time they see it.
Yes.
That's fine,
Yes.
right? That's why we also have that link, your link at the bottom. So as long as you're using that link, people can find you and your latest program that you're offering people. But more
Yes.
than that, there's something that you said which is very, very close to my heart, and this is everything to do with community, right? The
Yes.
reason why even after 18 months I went back again to Chennai, like for the last 18 months I've been doing my own parallel, like building the business, but just taking all the learning that I had, but doing it my way, you know on a parallel track. But coming back in over these last 2 days, or now at the time of this recording, 3 days, um, the realization is that we are actually part of a larger community, right? All of
Yes.
us. And there's a reason why you and I are even having this conversation. There's somewhere there are, like, we're all connected, right? So
Yes.
as someone who is in this very, very important and powerful space of everything to do with money, and like you said, it's like, helping people be that money magnet, right? Be successful and really experience wealth, not just riches, not just money, but experience wealth, which is in every aspect of life, right? The way we think, the way we what we eat, what we surround ourselves with. So what I'd love for you to share is, what does community mean to you? Like, one is, of course, what role has it played in your journey, and
Mm-hmm.
also in the community that you're building today. What's that like? Right? And you can sort of go at the question in any way, because I've kind of given you three questions layered in, so you can pick whichever wherever you want to start.
Okay. So the when it comes to the communities where I'm part, it's a lot of support,
Mm,
hand holding, which you
mm,
can get from your co members.
mm,
And you know that, first of all, the value system is in place because you're
mm,
following one mentor. So there
mm.
is no fear of someone giving you some wrong advice, or someone cheating, or
Correct.
someone
Mm,
playing a prank on you. So first of all, that safety, security, you feel that you're
mm,
safe.
mm,
And so safety, then hand holding.
mm,
And also, when you are a part of a community of like-minded
mm,
people, they push
mm,
you to go out of your comfort zone,
mm.
because we
True.
can't be at a high level all the time.
Correct.
We are human beings, we have our
Mm,
lows and
mm,
drops and highs. So it
mm.
is in those lows that these community members, they will support you, push you,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
they'll tell you, okay, okay, fine, hold on, just relax, take a break for a week.
Yeah.
So you don't feel that you're lonely, because of
Mm,
course you have your spouses and spouses at home, you have your children, you have your
mm,
parents, but
mm,
your journey, they might not be
mm.
able to understand, which
Yeah.
only a community member will understand.
Mm.
That
Nice.
what burnout you're feeling, be it
Mm.
Facebook ads, be it
Mm.
workshop, be it webinar, or be it any other community. I'm just talking about
Yeah,
coaches community, but
of
be
course.
it for
Mm.
wealth community or manifestation.
Mm.
They are like-minded people, and they are
Correct.
aware that what you might be going
Mm.
through. So you
Mm.
feel that support, you don't feel lonely, you feel that, yeah, they understand me. So that feeling of uh, that belonging and that safety, security is there. So
Mm.
yes, this has been. And then of course, for example, from ILH only, I found
Mm.
two of the members whom I enrolled in their programs. One was for
Nice.
health.
Nice.
So you basically, I will say that community provides you that
Mm.
platform
Mm,
because people from all walks of life, they are there in that
mm,
community. You need not go somewhere out. All the help that you
mm,
want, be it lawyer, be it doctor, be it
mm,
whatever
mm.
expected,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
BNI,
BNI. Yep, yep.
another form of BNI.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and the best part is like, since you are following that one mentor under which that community is there, you have
Mm,
the same value system and
right.
you're able to relate and connect more.
True, true.
So, and they hold your hands and they make your path even
Mm,
more easy. And the
mm,
second thing I believe is that, as science says, you are the average
mm,
of five people around you,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and environment plays a very big role in your
mm.
transformation or in
True,
your journey. So,
true.
these communities provide that environment which you can rely upon rather
Mm,
than relying upon outside environment. This is a safe
right.
environment where
Mm,
you can easily step into and just
mm.
be like, feel supported.
Nice,
This is
nice.
my
That's
outlook towards
beautiful.
the community.
I love it. What I'm curious to know is, um, what so if we were, that expression of fly on the wall. So if we were like, you know, in your community and kind of having an experience, what would typically be happening? Like, uh, what would the members be saying to each other? What would they be saying to you? What would you be saying to them? Like, if you could give us a flavor of that.
So, for now, like my community is like 17 members, not
Hmm.
that big a community, but
Hmm.
yes, they
I'm
know
tempted to
that,
say this, so I'll say it anyway. That 17 is in multiples,
yeah,
right?
right, right. So, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are again people from all walks of life.
Hmm.
There is a teacher, there are people
Nice.
who are making something from home, cosmetics, soap, or
Hmm.
something, housewives, and working professionals. So, it's a combination of
Hmm.
different people. And yes, when a new person is entering the community, they get a warm welcome.
Hmm.
And so I also have my value system, and I'm a strict teacher. So if my student is not doing something, I will push, I will message, I
Hmm.
will call, and I will
Hmm.
be behind the student that
Hmm.
no, you have to do this. If you
Right.
want result, you have to do. If you
Hmm.
don't want result, then it's okay. You
Hmm.
can leave my community. So yes, they are still learning.
Hmm.
So their maturity is not as much as
Hmm.
the communities where I am a part. But yes,
Right.
I want to inculcate the same thing in my community, and where
Hmm.
it's started. Like you can say 50-50, if I've reached there, still 50, I will be reaching
Yeah.
as and when, I'm able to teach
I'm
them.
guessing somewhere, Suman, the your standards for your community are very high, right?
Yeah,
So only people who have that integrity are able to bear that heat,
yes.
right?
As I said, I'm a strict teacher.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, if we had met in the last 2 days, as in the Monday, Tuesday of FBR, you would have been like doing a lot of tick boxes. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's why I am like this. When we talk about personas of coaches, uh,
Yeah,
there are different kinds, and one is exactly like what you said, which is you're that person that gets it done,
yes,
right? Which means your student is the one that is there to be led,
yes,
right? Of course, if they're self-driven, it's a bonus. But
yeah,
otherwise, if they're looking for that direction, that's what you're doing,
yes,
right? Beautiful, amazing. So now, as I said, give us a sense of like this is what happens when people join your community, and this is what they can expect. Like
yes,
beautifully, like if anybody wanted a mini movie of what happens inside, now they know, right? So it's like the buyer beware, and like, no, 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 I want that. You're like, yes, then you're in the right space, right? So they know,
Yes.
there's no, oh, but I thought it would be something else. No, you know it. Like, this is like you said it like straight up front in your face. So they know, right?
Yeah.
So the second part obviously is for people to come and get to know you more. And like typically you have, let's say, books, or you have a webinar, or some way in which people can connect with you more. Of course, the social channels, all of that, the links will be available for people, but just to get a
Yes.
sense of where people get to spend a little more time with you. Like typically that's in a course or in a webinar, right? Those are like
Yeah.
two. Or if you've written a book, then that becomes something that maybe literally for the 6 months that they're in the process of reading a book, right? Unless they're like quick readers. For most people,
Yeah.
little by little by little, they consume the book.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
so what can they expect when they come into the universe through that way, your
Yeah, so
universe?
before I forget, like when you
Mm-hmm.
were just talking about book, I also want to mention that in COVID or 2021, I actually
Mm.
authored a book also, which became
Mm.
Amazon bestseller. And since
Nice.
I was in insurance for a very long period of time, I've
Mm.
written the title of the book is I Will Never Die, which is a
Nice.
complete guide to insurance.
Nice. Oh, beautiful.
And
Wow.
the only self-help book of insurance with actual fill in the blanks where a person does not, he
Oh,
won't even need an insurance consultant if he has this book.
wow. Wow.
So
Amazing.
that was also one
Amazing.
of my achievement.
Amazing. Amazing. Nice.
And
Hmm.
yes, my webinars are there every week, and I have my courses like silver membership. They can start their journey with that
Hmm.
and be a part of Money Magnet Hub.
So can you say that again just so I hear it one more time? Money,
Money
be a part
Magnet
of
Hub. Money
Money
Magnet Hub.
Magnet Hub. Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Nice. Amazing. Um, wow. We've really been on a journey, I'll tell you that. Um, and thank you for just truly just flowing,
Thank you.
right?
My pleasure.
And thank you for uh, reminding me that my intuition is really really powerful, because that's the sense. If you remember, I kept sort of telling you this. I'm so tempted to ask you questions about you and your life when we were on a call last week, but
Right, right,
something kept saying, no, 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 hold on, hold on, hold on, let's get to the call, let's get to this, and we get to connect like this, and I get to hear more about you and your life. And again, it's not just for me, it's for whoever happens to to find you like this. And especially when it comes to money, it's a tricky thing, and yet it's a very magical thing, right?
yes,
And so when people have that intention of mastering this, the money um, mindset, the being a money magnet, right? Like truly being a money magnet, lives
yes,
change. And I mean that
yes,
it's not singular, it's plural, right? Lives change. It's like
yes,
your life will change, of course, but whoever is connected to you, whether it's as a coach, your students' lives will change, because when you show up with that money energy, which is
yes,
which is a powerful, um, clean and pure energy, the right people will show up and they will
yes,
learn from you. So I mean, you're doing so much of amazing work. And as I said before, the uh, in this season the intention was to reach out to people who I've never met before. But it's like when we meet, I know we're meant to meet, and I know we're meant to spend time like this. It's like I was telling somebody the last couple of days while I was at FBR. I said, for me it's sort of like that, what is it they call it, sajish, right? So it's like my silent conspiracy to meet
okay,
people like this, because what we've connected, and like now I know more about um, you know your spirit, which would normally have happened over maybe 2 years.
yeah,
If we had to meet at different points over 2 years,
right,
maybe we would
yeah,
have, I would have known, like, wow, okay, so this is what makes someone who she is,
yeah.
right?
Or
So for
maybe I
me,
would
it's
say
it's
not even two
mm-hmm,
years. It would take
mm-hmm,
a lot of time because
a
there's
lot of
still
time,
so many
right?
things which I haven't
Exactly.
shared.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So two things, of course. The intention of doing these podcasts is that this is not a one time, one and done thing. My intention is that we've now kind of set the ball rolling, and at some
Yeah.
point, I'm sure, that's the beauty of manifesting and of nature, that somewhere this will come back, right? Everything is cyclical. So at some point,
Yeah.
I'm sure, whether it's on a panel somewhere, whether it's on another pod, it maybe it's the pod, there may be a different formatted pod. So what you have to share and the energy that you bring, I'm sure, will sort of, in the right time and in the right way, it will just like kind of be like the perfect fit. So as I said, picture to abhi baki hai, is we're
Baki
just
hai.
getting warmed up. And one thing I wanted to ask ask you
Yes.
is, now that people know more about your community and of course your program, and maybe like in a way, if you were to say, like, what is it that people, so one is, you said the book. So if anybody wants to know about life insurance, there is a very detailed way in which they can understand life insurance, and including like a
Yes.
very practical way to 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 manage it.
Yeah.
The other part,
And
like you
it's
mentioned.
not only about
Hmm.
life insurance, all kinds of
Mm,
insurance, be it
exactly.
car, be it property, like it's an insurance
Right.
guide, you
Beautiful.
can say.
So it's literally like an evergreen, it's an
Yes.
evergreen handbook to
Yes.
success, right? Life success through insurance. One
Yes.
thing, and as I said, I wanted to understand from you, not only for me, but also when people are watching this, is that when you are today talking about your, let's say, the primary program that you are offering people so that they can enter into your world, into your
Yeah.
universe that you have, created,
Yes.
do share a little bit about what's that, like, what do you typically teach people in that, or what do they experience when they're with you, so that they kind of like starts that process for them.
Yeah. So the base level program is silver membership, where I teach ABC of personal finance, which
Mm,
is a must. It is something which
mm,
school should have taught, to be frank.
mm.
Whether you become a
Yeah.
lawyer, dancer, singer,
Mm-hmm.
whoever,
Mm-hmm.
you are
Mm-hmm.
going to earn money. But how are you going to manage that money is something is very important and everybody should know. So I
Mm,
teach ABC of personal finance. Then I also do, it's a, so I call it as a money secret blueprint,
mm.
wherein I teach that lifestyle which I spoke about.
Ah, right. Nice.
So yeah, so it's in your day-to-day behavior, in your lifestyle, that what are the
Mm,
changes that you should be doing, or what are the millionaires, what are the
mm,
things that millionaires do in
mm,
your day-to-day behavior. So
mm,
that is also a part of it. Then of course the tax optimization, debt-free
mm.
lifestyle, multiple sources of income. So it's a combination of this,
Nice.
like actual technical thing,
Mm,
where taxation, personal finance, and debt
nice.
is all taught, that how you can
Mm,
become debt free, or rather
mm,
how you can build wealth with your debt money.
mm. Nice. Beautiful.
So sadly people have this mindset that I want to pay off the debt and I want
Mm.
to get rid of the debt. But what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
teach is that don't have that mindset. Rather, use that money to
yeah.
build big wealth and then give your pay off your debt.
Perfect.
So,
I was tempted to ask you this question and you kind of half answered it. So I'll double click on this. Would I be wrong in saying that this is your favorite course of the three?
uh,
Everything to do with the debt, like handling the debt, and like don't like be in a hurry to get rid of it, but use it,
yes,
leverage your debt where you can
yes,
truly be able to create wealth and expansion.
create
And of
wealth.
course, you do pay back your debt, but in a very different way than what, let's say, most people would teach,
Yes.
right?
So, no, I think my favorite is Money Secret Blueprint.
Okay.
Because still, people are aware where that, at least little they know that how to
Right,
manage that, or it's happening
right, right.
on whatever, at whatever level. Maybe
Hmm.
the level is less,
Hmm.
but Money Secret Blueprint is something when I share, they are like, oh, really?
Hmm. Nice. Nice.
Oh, is there,
Nice.
like I've got such testimonies that people were shocked when I shared
Mm.
that, yeah, this could be your behavior, which is wrong, and you need to change this.
Nice.
So that's like an
Mm.
eye-opening module, I will say. And one, if one wants to become rich and be
Mm.
wealthy, that module is something you can't miss.
Mm.
Because no matter, even if you have crores of rupees, but if
Mm.
your lifestyle is not of a certain level, you would lose that.
Mm. Wow. Amazing.
So,
Yeah. Literally, truly, from the bottom of my heart, Suman, thank you for really, like all of you showing up today and sharing so deeply. And of course, the reason why it's a journey is we have so many stories, but it's like literally the stories that were meant to show up today showed up, and you shared so freely with that lightness, and yet with that intensity that I know for people who are watching this. And as I said, this is sort of like my, um, not selfish in the way we understand selfish, but it's like it's sort of like serving me. So I've learned a lot, I've gained a lot, and for people who hear this, who come across your story, not only now but in literally days, weeks, months, and years ahead, I know that their lives will never be the same again. Right? The fact that you've lived it, and that you get to that you get to be here, where you feel that in the way you create your programs, and I'm sure there'll be more programs that you'll be creating in the future. That people really have that resource, a coach who can be there for them and motivate them, or literally, like, you be you, and the people who really connect with you, your energy, they show up, right?
yes.
So it's been an absolute joy and pleasure to hang out. As I said, it's not an interview, it's not a typical podcast, but really, a sharing meeting of minds. And and I've also learned to acknowledge myself, because it's when we are in that space, that and in that space of love, that true sharing, true healing happens. And
Yeah.
I know, as I said, this is like we've kind of like rung that bell out into the universe. So everybody who was looking for this has already found you, right? So thank you so much. And we will, of course, I'm sure, be connecting here, there, and everywhere. And as I said, for people who are watching this, and for those of you who've reached this point where you're with us, literally watching the video now, big thank you. And it's like we're all kindred spirits, because you know the pain, and you know what it means to have found your mission, to found your something that really moves you, and you want to be able to offer it, and hold that space for more people. So
Yeah.
we are all literally one in that sense. So a big thank you to, especially to those of you who've literally reached this part and you've watched the entire thing. As I said, you can definitely reach out to Suman. There are links. She's also talked about programs and her book. Right, books are usually evergreen. So especially in this case, where it's more practical and very very specific. So definitely do reach out. You will see when you click on the link, there are several programs, and there's a link to Suman's book as well. So do go out, explore, experience. And if you feel that connection with someone, you know definitely do reach out and explore the universe that someone is creating more and more each day.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
as always, as I say this, remember to live with purpose. These pods, as you know, we record them on Thursdays. And as and when they're released, you will definitely see them in your playlist. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe, because that's how, as they say, the game is played, because that's how people will, know, or you will know that we have created this pod. So definitely do reach out. And with that, one more time, Suman, thank you so much for
Thank,
your spirit, your energy, and
thank you.
lots more to come.
Thank you.
So have
It
a
was my
truly, truly
pleasure.
blessed day. Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome. So let me, for a moment, what we will do, of course, is I will one by one close all our live recordings. But for those of you who are watching this, and if it makes it to the upload, thank you once again, and remember to live with purpose. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.